Hey, happy Monday. So today's team call is going to be about consistency and social media. I feel like consistency is kind of one of the things that I'm best at personally. So I'm going to be sharing how to be consistent, why it's important to be consistent, and then also just like kind of what basics to do's on your social media, do's and don'ts. So right now I'm going to share my screen. We'll try to get into this fast. So let's see. Okay, so this is my screen. Alrighty. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is Instagram is your storefront. So this is our first team call. I just wanted to introduce everyone. This is our first team, official team call of the Fit with Faith family. And I'm just really excited because I know that we are finally starting to gain some traction, and I have a lot of big hopes for our team this year. And I'm hoping that everybody can make it to Summit, and because it was like the best thing ever for me. So I'm recording this, so I'll post it later too for everybody who wasn't able to see it. But yeah, so this is going to be awesome. So what we're starting out is Instagram is your storefront. And then the big thing is show up every day and be there for your customers. Because you just think about it, this is an actual job. This is not just something you just take lightly. It's like a store. Like your Instagram page is your store. And would you shop at a store if it's closed half the time? Or you go there and you never know if it's going to be open. You're going to try a few times and then you're going to stop because you're like, you never know when the store is going to be open. I'm not going to go to it. So that's kind of like the same thing with us. If you're not showing up on your page every day on your Instagram account, if you're not showing up in your stories, if you're not showing up on your posting pictures every day, then people are going to see, they're not going to trust you, and they're not going to want to have that relationship with you. Or they're going to go to your page and like, oh, she might not even be coaching anymore. She never posts. She's not on here. So that's why you can't just be like hit and miss, like go a little bit and then stop. You need to be really consistent in it. And I know that was a little bit difficult for me at first, but then it just kind of became natural. And then also it helps so much with accountability if you're consistent, because you're showing up every day, you're getting your workouts in, and people are going to notice if you're not working out. So you want to show that you are working out, and that's easy to get into your stories. And then also that will help, that'll help you and prove people that the products do work, because they do. And you don't have to be perfect. Obviously, you just do your best, but it is definitely showing up every day. There's no reason not to. You can say you don't feel good, but that's why I like to have like pictures and different posts. And you don't have to have a picture of yourself every time. You can do like a funny quote or whatever you want, but anything. And I'll show you on kind of my page and some other top coaches' pages just to kind of get some ideas on what to do. And there's a lot of other trainings about specifically getting into more detail about how to post and all that. But this is just kind of a brief overview of everything. So like I said, consistency is key. That's the biggest thing, because if you're consistent time and time, even if you're not seeing something happen from it, then you will see results. It will happen. I guarantee it. If you are consistent and honest with yourself, and that doesn't mean just showing up, obviously consistently inviting other people too, and consistently just like being there for people, but just in general, consistency is key. So I like a quote Tony Robbins says. He says, it's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives. It's what we do consistently. So I totally agree. If you just do something once in a while, you're not going to get any results. If you work out once a week and you're not going to get stronger or faster. And if you eat good like twice a week, but then 3 days a week, if you eat good 3 days a week and then 4 days a week you're eating bad, you're not going to get results. You're not going to lose weight. There's a good chance you're going to gain weight. And I know for specifically myself, I totally understand that eating and nutrition has definitely been my biggest issue and my inconsistency in my life, I guess. So when I am consistent, I know I am the leanest and I feel the best and I have the most energy. So just in anything in life, when you're consistent, you're going to do better and be better. So like I said earlier, is you should be on your stories 8 to 10 times per day at least. You can do more, but definitely at least 8 times. So that could be just like in the morning, whatever you are doing that is consistent, show everybody. So when I was waking up really early in the morning, I'm about to start that again. I would show everybody I'm waking up, I take my pre-workout, I do my workout. They see that every single day, and that encourages them, at the very least, it encourages them so much to want to do that too. Even if they don't join you right away, they're watching and they're inspired by you. And that's part of the biggest thing, right? We want to help others. So inspiring them is helping them. You can also post things about your nutrition, foods you're eating, and then you can also just whatever your life is. So figure out what you do. If you're a nurse or if you're a teacher, kind of try to show some of that. I know different jobs it's kind of harder, but you can still show you're going into work, you're leaving work, you're still able to eat good at work. Maybe you worked out on lunch break. I don't know, like share that. And then also like, so I'm a student, so I show up, I'm walking to school. I talk about when I have tests and when I'm stressed, when I have homework, when I don't feel like doing anything. I feel like I go on walks all the time, so I always talk about that. You just share your life and share what makes you unique. So like, I also have some dogs. So if you look at my profile, you're going to see my husband, you're going to see my dogs, and you're going to see my family. You're going to see me. You're going to see some funny little inspirational quotes. Not even that funny, but you'll also see that I'm working out every day. And you might not know I'm a coach if you just look at my page, because I don't try to just flaunt Beachbody this, Beachbody that, and I don't say all that. But you can see that I'm inspiring. So people aren't going to follow me because there's so many different coaches out there. So if you just say, oh, I'm a coach, then they're just going to be turned off right away. But if they see that you're inspiring and you're adding value to their lives, then they're going to want to see what you're all about. So that's another reason why you're always constantly wanting to add followers and add people, because that just helps a lot, because when you want to have new eyes on your page constantly. That's another thing about being consistent, constantly getting new followers, constantly messaging people, constantly sharing and posting. But that's another video to talk about. So what makes you unique? I know we've talked about, if you've gone through the training that you do, you find your 5 things about you, right? So like, I'm a wife, I'm a student, I am a dog mom, I love coffee. I love like being outdoors, and those things can change constantly. Like, people will be in different seasons. If you're having a baby, then you're in a different season than before you did. You're pregnant, and then you're a mom. So it's totally different. And then if you're married, or if you're engaged, or if you're dating someone, or if you're like planning your wedding, any of those things, they all change. And then you'll always attract those type of people, because you want people who relate to you. If you're pregnant, you're going to want to follow other people who are pregnant. If you're engaged or you're getting married, same thing, you're going to want to see other people, what they're doing. So if you're engaged, then you can talk about like different things that you're using planning your wedding. Like, if you have this great photographer you like, or this great website, share about it, because people are going to want to know and people are going to be interested. Also, hashtags are a great thing to use. So just like, look up some hashtags that you think can relate to you and post them, use them. And then once again, like, post to your feed at least once a day. So to your feed is like your Instagram profile, and that's like an actual picture, and that's going to put some thought. So the stories, you don't have just like the stories, you don't have to think about it. That's just your life. Your post, you want to think about it. You don't want to put like 20 minutes into a caption, but you do want to think about what you're saying. And sometimes it'll come to you really fast, and sometimes you kind of aren't feeling it. So that's why I will have other videos. That's why I'll have other, like, when I think of, if I like have a lot of, like, I'm reading a book and there's a really good quote, and then I'm going to write it down on my notes so I can use it later if I'm not inspired. If I take a really good picture, I'm going to save it for later. I'm not just going to post all my good pictures I have. If I go like out of town, I'm not just going to use all my pictures right away on the same day. I'm going to be able to have them so I can keep using them. So that's kind of like, that helps a lot with posting every day. And if you feel like you can't, you can. It might feel hard at first. It might be weird taking pictures a lot, but then you'll get more used to it. And I just like totally don't go a day without posting a picture. And have a call to action every week. So we like to do ours on Sunday nights. Usually Sundays are pretty much the best day, because like, they've just had their bad weekend, and then Mondays when people want to start fresh, right? So Sunday night is a great time to invite people to whatever challenge group you're doing. And you should always be having a challenge group that you're inviting them to, even if it's one that's already started or whatever. You always want to have something you're inviting them to. And it could be the coaching opportunity also. So you can have a post on Sunday inviting someone to the challenge group, and then you can have a post on Wednesday inviting them to your coaching opportunity. So but like, you could do both, but at the very least once a week, you want to have a call to action. And then and that's like an actual post, but always on your stories, you want to be having different calls to actions. You want to be inviting people and doing polls and doing, like, use what Instagram has, because that makes your available, like, Instagram likes that you're using that. So they'll show you more in that algorithm or whatever. That's what I've heard, at least. And then the other thing, don't say like Beachbody or post all of the products' names. What you're doing is you want to share why you can help them. So like, why do they want to follow you? Because if you say Beachbody is doing this, Beachbody has this coming out, then they can just Google Beachbody. If you say Lift 4 is so fun, they're just going to look up Lift 4 and they can do it on their own. But you want to show them that you're the reason that they're going to you. They want you as their coach, not just Beachbody. They're not just going to get it because of Beachbody. You are going to help them see the results, because your accountability, because they've done programs that work before and have been proven to work, I'm sure, but they didn't have you. So that's what you want, is you are so great. So you want to be able to help them. And you want to show them that you can help them. So a couple other quotes I have is, success doesn't come from what you do occasionally, it comes from what you do consistently. So same thing, consistently doing things is going to bring you success. And great things are done by a series of small things brought together. I like that one too. Okay, the flow of your page. Okay, so this is a little bit small, but you might have to zoom in. So I showed a couple different top coaches feeds and then my feed. So there should be an even flow to your page. You're not going to just want to have like, this is your storefront. This is like, if you're looking at, like, this is your magazine. This is what people are going to see about you, and you want them to be intrigued. You want it to be bright and pop, and you want them to be able to like have a good flow. It wants to be pleasing to your eye. So if you have like really dark pictures, or you don't have a lighting, and the people aren't going to like looking at that. Like, you'll see if you just look up hashtag Beachbody Coach, you'll see basically what not to do. So don't do that. But so like, you can see all these pages are very bright. So this top one is Ashley Molstead, and she's the #1 coach in Beachbody. She's in our upline actually. So her page is really very bright, and you can see all the things that she has. So right away, I can see that she has blonde, awesome, bright hair. She has a daughter. She loves pink. She likes to drink. There's one thing of wine. That's a big thing, is she likes to drink, and she's really proud of that. And like, very like, not proud of it, but very like that. This is who I am. This is a big part of me. So that is Ashley. She's really cool. She does a really good job. So her name's Ashley Molstead. Y'all can look her up. And then if you want to see like great ideas, I mean, she's like the best for social media in every way. So she's like great to look up for ideas. And then this next one's mine. So you can see my page also has a flow to it. And I probably need to get more variety of pictures. I've been having a hard time actually with pictures, but like, I have really nice pictures. I have like this one down at the bottom it's like a professional picture, but they're not all like, most of them aren't. You see, I have 2 side-by-sides like at the top and then the bottom, because every Sunday we're doing that. And so that's like a transformation for people to see that like these products do work. You do get results. And even if you don't have a big transformation, that's okay. You can talk about how this has changed you, like not like physically you're stronger, mentally you're stronger, and you're so much like, you're just so much stronger mentally, you have more confidence, whatever it is that's changed you, whatever makes you want to keep doing this and what you want to share, that's what you share in your call to action post, which is your side-by-side transformation. So then you can see me, I have John, my husband, my dogs, my UTI, you can see I'm a student. I am very active, I'm hiking, and that's kind of like, basically that's showing who I am and what's going on with me. You see, I'm either married or I have a boyfriend that I like a lot. So, and then Emily is Emily Favre. She's another top coach. She's my direct coach. And then, so she's right above y'all. So she's y'all's grandma coach, and Ashley's your great grandma. So you have really great coaches in this organization who are always here to help you. So Emily's is different. She's more like, I guess, darker colors, but it's also very bright. So you can see she has like the cutest dog, and that's a huge part of her. You see her husband, you see her transformation's really great. You can also tell that she's pregnant, so that she has like that whole new audience she's reaching to. And her dog just turned 2. So you can see that everybody's profile and feed is different, but they also have a consistency to them. So the way that you give them consistency, like the easiest little trick is you can use like a certain filter all the time, stay with the same filter, but not one of the Instagram ones. Those aren't good. But you can get an app that has different filters, or the new thing are like presets, and that's, people usually, they buy them, but they don't have to be expensive. Like, I got a preset from Lightroom, but you can go to his Instagram. I might have spelled his name wrong, but it's Aram Andres, so it's 1D, ARAMANDRES. I misspelled his name. But he has an Instagram, and then you can go to his files or his links, and you can purchase his preset. He has a few now. And that's just like, you don't have to use his. That's just the one I got. But you can look up presets. Mine was like $5, and I have it forever. And Lightroom is a really good app, really great app to use. Also, Layout is good, because that's how I use my side-by-sides, because I used to find like a lot of those different apps, there's like a line in between, and I didn't like that. So Layout doesn't have a line in between when you're adding the 2 pictures right by each other. And Snapseed is also another good app, because before I wanted to buy a preset, Snapseed has like little presets that are kind of made. So I think mine was called like Pop. So I would just always do a picture, and then I click Pop, and then it made my feed flow. But I wanted something like a little bit better than that. So that's why I ended up getting the preset. But it's the same thing. The Lightroom, the Snapseed does have presets and they're free. So you can start with that if you don't want to pay anything right away. But just stay consistent, find something you like and stick with it. Some people, I should have showed you, some people have like a darker tone and weird colors. I don't like that. Like I want it to look natural. I want it to look like real colors that are actually like, you can tell some are very edited. But if you're consistent, that's all that matters. So that's fine if you just keep with that. It's totally preference. See, I have mine and I attract people who like that. And then if you like something else and you attract people who like that, it doesn't matter. Everybody's different, but everything works if you're just consistent with it. And then the last thing I just wanted to talk about is don't overthink it. It's so easy to just overthink everything and to just like have analysis paralysis. You think of all these things you need to do and then you don't do any of them. Trust me, I've been there, but I know like for me, when I just dove right in, I didn't overthink it. I just started inviting and I just made the mistakes and I just learned from them. Then that's when I saw the most success. And I'm still seeing a bunch of success now and I'm still doing the same things. The biggest difference now for me is I also have a team instead of just people who are challengers. I also have coaches who are wanting to work the business. So thank y'all for this. And so that's just like as one more thing, but that's so fun. Like that's the best part. So y'all definitely want to be encouraging your friends and your challengers to try to work the business. And you want to talk about the business. You want to talk about the coaching opportunity, your challenge groups, everything, because like, it's so great. All the benefits that are, why would you not want to share it? You want to share it because how did you not want to help people? And how with those people, if they see results, they will want to help other people too. So it's just like a great domino effect. So don't sweat the small things and just make posts from your heart. Share who you are and what you care about. So it's just like, I'm a Christian, so I talk about God a lot. And I'm also a UT student, and I talk about that. When during football season, I was like gung-ho over UT football, and you would see my posts every weekend almost. There's our football picture, because that's like something I was doing and very excited about. So I was just sharing who I am, and I'm finding I found a lot of other UT fans, and it's so fun, like so cool. And everybody's like, oh, come, like they comment on my pictures. So that's really cool. And it's just like really fun meeting people that you didn't know before, by showing who you are, though. So just be genuine, because you're going to find genuine people who are attracted to that. You don't want to be fake, because then you're going to find fake people and you're not going to want that. So when you're making a post, think about what you want your audience to get out of it. You can be funny too, show your personality. So for example, if I'm going to post a picture of me hiking with John, I'm not just going to say, great hike, because what are they getting out of that? They're not getting anything out of it. So today, you can look at my most posts, like we went walking, and I could just say, like, it's a beautiful day. And I do things like that sometimes, but I was like, it's a beautiful day, get outside. Like, walking is so great for you. Being outside makes you feel better. So I'm just showing, like, I love to walk. I love to be outside. I'm telling others to do the same thing. That's just a simple example. Whatever it is, though, just, like, show what you like and show what you care about. And that always brings back to those 5 things about you that you make right away. So you always have an idea of what you're trying to portray. But just think, like, is this going to add value? Is somebody going to get something out of this picture, or am I just posting because I have to post? And if you're posting just because you have to post, then find something that's going to add value. Stories do not have to have much thought. Just know what you're doing, and just show what you're doing. And a great way to help with that is, like, if you're not sure what to do, is there's this page on Facebook called Beachbody Champions, and they have a file, and it is like the Success Club tracker. So if you follow the Success Club tracker every day, I'll actually see if I can post that into our own team page. But if you follow Success Club tracker, then that is like a great way for success. It's basically about an hour, and I think maybe an hour and a half of things to be doing throughout the day. And it shows what you should be posting on your social media, your stories. It gives you ideas like shout people out, invite someone to something, like do polls, like get interaction. And they tell you to do that. So you check it off when you've done it. And then they have you like making connections for 20 minutes. And it's really cool. And then it also tracks like how many points you've gotten in the Success Club this week, how many people have you helped, how many new coaches have you helped. So that's really cool. So that's a great thing to do. So I'll share that with y'all. And then the other thing is just don't ever give up. Stay consistent and just don't think, oh, it's not working, it's not going to pay off. One of my favorite books is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And that's just like a great thing about once you just continuously do something, results will happen if you just stick with it. Because just imagine you're sharing the opportunity and somebody's watching you. Y'all didn't just join me right away, right? Y'all watched me for a little bit. So pretend you were watching me, and then you're like, oh, okay, you know what? I want to do this. And then you went to my page and I was gone. Like, could you imagine? You're like, oh, well, now I can't do it. So because I stopped, I ruined your chance, and I ended up not helping you. If you stop, then you could ruin somebody else's chance. So it's just selfish. You want to help people. If you started showing up, you're not going to give up, because that's not fair. You want to help other people because that was what you got started for in the first place. And you want to help yourself stay with accountability, and eventually, hopefully, you want to be able to work from home. So this is just like, you don't give up. Even if you're not seeing the results right away, think about how long it took you to start, and then thinking, if it hasn't been that long, then you can't even think about giving up, because you haven't even found the other use. However long it took you is at least how long it's going to take the people who are like you. You might get some people who sign up right away, and that's so rare. And if they're your friends, then it's different because they already know you. But eventually you're going to have to start getting people who aren't just your friends, and you're going to need to connect with more people than that. So don't ever give up. Always do your best, and just always stay consistent and be there for everybody. And I know that that's helped me a lot, and it can help y'all a lot too. So let's see how we get out of this. Okay. So yeah, so that's basically everything. I don't think anybody has any questions, but that was pretty much it. I hope that helped a lot with social media do's and don'ts, and like the power of consistency. So anyway, I hope you have a great night. And then we also have another team call tomorrow with our big team. So I hope y'all can make that to that. Hope you can make it to that. All right. Bye.